Hey everybody, Brandon Williams here again. I've got Kim Hancock, and she runs a foundation called the 33 Forever Foundation. It is a foundation that she founded in a memorial for her son Tyler. It is for mental and addiction issues, and they have been a great support for people who have any type of issues, and they've helped countless people. And I'm going to turn it over to Kim and let her just go ahead and let us know about what she does.
All right, thank you. So the 33 Forever Foundation is in memory of my son Tyler, who we lost on 6/21 of 22. Um, he struggled in his late teens and early 20s with mental illness that if anybody that you know has ever struggled with mental illness, that stigma, especially for men, that oh, you can't discuss it, and it's a shameful thing to have to admit. And he self-medicated. Um, which ultimately resulted in his death from fentanyl toxicity overdose. Um, my husband has been an officer for 30 years. I've run a successful wholesale business for years, and we both are very acquainted with the legal system, or we thought we were. And so what we were seeing is that these kids, and I'm not going to tell my age, but I am a little older. Um, if these families, if you're homeless and you need help, I don't understand how you're supposed to find help when we couldn't navigate the system. And so the foundation was created to assist people with those, whether it's mental illness, housing, addiction services, health services in general. Um, our objective is to leave our community a little bit better than what we found it. Um, and our son always was that kid that everybody called to help when they needed them. And so we just kind of wanted to carry on with his, we wanted to carry his life on, even though he's not here to see what good he's done. We wanted to make sure that his story was always told, and that it made a difference, that his death wasn't just in vain, that it actually made a difference. So um, we've assisted 38 people we have in treatment right now. A large number of those are going into their seventh and eighth month. We have some that actually are going into 12 and 14 months.
Wow.
And it's been very rewarding. Um, it's also been very painful just for the fact that the families that have lost loved ones have reached out, and currently we're actually doing some fundraising for bereavement, because who expects to bury their child? Um, and so a lot of those families just aren't prepared for that financial burden to deal with. And we don't ask for anything in return. We don't ask you to repay it. We've been very blessed with some organizations in town that believed in what we were doing. Um, and through my wholesale business, we've been able to have those contacts that are directly affected. Like I don't know anybody that's not directly affected by either addiction or mental illness, um, friends or family, or a coworker, whatever the case may be. Um, and so the only thing we ask in return is to do 33 random acts of kindness, and that's between you and your higher power. So
That's incredible.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's us in a nutshell. Yeah.
That's amazing. I know you guys are located in Crossville, Tennessee. Are you guys just based in Tennessee? Are you just helping families currently in Tennessee or
Well,
abroad?
currently, our primary focus when we started this is Cumberland County.
Sure.
And I've actually assisted a couple people that I know in the wholesale business. We've been able to assist their loved ones. And actually, I'm working with a kid. I just got off the phone with him that I'm trying to get from Las Vegas to Colorado. We
Wow.
had a girl here that was involved in domestic assault, and she was from Arizona. And we assisted in getting her vehicle fixed and getting her back to Arizona. So, um, yeah, it's just kind of see a need, fill a need.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
I wish I had unlimited funding, and we could do more, but we do what we can. And um, I I would have never called in a favor. And at this point, if you're a customer or you're a friend or you're a family member and you're somewhere that I have someone looking for help, then I am going to call you and say, hey, um, need you to pick this kid up from the airport, bring them to here. No, no questions asked, just, help me out. So while we are concentrated in Crossville, um, we're not opposed to going outside of that network to get help. It's all the same person. It's all the same thing.
Well, I lived in the Knoxville area for about 15 years. So if you ever need anyone there, let me know. I've got a ton of contacts. And if you ever need anybody in Atlanta, I'm now living just south of Atlanta, you can call me. I'll be more than
Wonderful.
happy to help. I've had a history with those types of issues indirectly in my life as well. So many family members have struggled. And I had my own problems years ago. Thankfully, I had a good support network that helped me through all the problem areas, which is why I reached out to you, because I
Mhm.
myself dealt with a lot of things in my younger years. I won't get into all of it. It was not my proudest moments, but I did have uh,
Right?
my own struggles years ago. So I was touched by your post when I saw your post on our networking group, and I do want to support you as best as I can. And if anyone out there wants or needs help, who wants to help, definitely get in contact with Kim. I will have all of her contact
Absolutely.
information. So Kim, is there anything else you need to add to our video today?
If you are directly affected by the death of a loved one and it is fentanyl related, there is an organization that's called Drug Induced Homicide. They have a national chapter and they also have state chapters. Um, it is second degree murder. I mean, it is a law in a lot of states. Um, but if we don't show up and we don't fight for the rights of these people that are just getting bypassed, they're not here to do it for themselves. And I would definitely say if you're interested in having a Narcan class in your area, in your business, um, it's it's a sick statistic, um, but 70% of the people who die in an accidental overdose are not addicts. Um,
Wow.
if you just don't think about things that you do. I was always taught you clean up if you're in a ladies room and there's water on the counter, you grab a towel and you wipe it off. Well, today, um what could result is this could be a face-to-face meeting and I stopped by the restroom because I was nervous. I wiped the counter off and I fall out in the middle of a meeting room.
Wow.
Unfortunately, because I don't have a history of that, of addiction, and there's no signs of addiction. I don't have any pills on me. Um, guess who they don't administer Narcan to?
Wow. I didn't even think about
Me.
it because, yeah, funny enough.
Um,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, no. I mean, it really is. It's a scary thing to think about. But you could be in Walmart and touch something that has been contaminated, and you would stand a higher chance at overdosing than an addict would. And nobody's ever going to give you Narcan for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because I just watched a video the other day and it was about the Chick-fil-A CEO, and they were opening a new
Mhm.
location and he went into the neighboring restaurant. I can't remember, it was Taco Bell or something, and he's cleaning up the
Mhm.
bathroom. And he said, I teach my employees to leave a place better than what we found it. And I
Yep.
myself would clean up a bathroom sink, and I never thought about that. I've heard the stories of the dollar bills and, don't pick up anything off the ground. I've taught my kids that, but
Mhm.
I didn't think about the bathroom sink. So I guess I'm going to have to change that. That's very enlightening. I didn't even think about, someone contaminating the bathroom sink because
Well,
it's just
it is. I mean, and it's exposed to water. So, you've got it right there in your hand.
wow.
Um, and we're all guilty. Yeah, we wash our hands and then we come out of the bathroom and do something like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
absolutely.
you've got it on your hands, and now you've got that ingestion, which who knows what medication you really are on, but it only takes the size of Abe Lincoln's eye on a penny to kill you.
Wow. Wow. That's
So, I mean, you're not talking about it is. It's a very scary thing. Um, And a lot of people, you've got older people who just think that the Narcan is a way for an addict to remain an addict. And
Right.
that's so far from the truth. You can administer it. It does not get you high. There's no adverse effects to it unless you are overdosing from an opioid.
Yeah.
Um, and in the case of an opioid, you cannot save them if they're not breathing.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Actually, just saw. I was at Publix. Not to plug them, but I was at Publix a day or so ago, and I walked by the pharmacy, um, and I noticed that they now are selling Narcan, and I thought it was kind
mhm,
of odd. I didn't think,
yes,
didn't give it two thoughts until now, but I was like, man, that's
right,
weird. They're selling Narcan. I know what it's for, but I didn't
mhm,
really think about it, and
right.
actually, maybe all of us need to just carry some with us just in case. You never know. So
Well,
that's
and you don't. A lot of insurance companies actually pay for it.
do they really? Wow. Okay.
Blue Cross Blue Shield in Tennessee, yes, Blue Cross Blue Shield will actually pay for it, and it has no indicator whether you're an addict or you're not.
Wow.
Um, in Tennessee, any health department, it's dispersed for free. All you have to do is go in and ask, and they will give you fentanyl strips and Narcan.
Hmm.
But there are hundreds and hundreds of organizations around the country that actually distribute Narcan for free.
Wow.
Um, so yeah,
Yeah. Well, I think it's great what you guys are doing. I know there is definitely a gap in Tennessee for that. As I stated, I lived there for years. I know that the Tennessee is viewed as being kind of behind with the times with many
mm,
organizations and things. They do lead the way in a lot of things, but they are kind of behind on some things. So I think it's fantastic what you guys are doing up there, and hopefully you guys can expand. I hope this video helps you. I really do appreciate what you guys are doing. I think it's phenomenal. Do you want to give us some contact information so in case somebody needs some help or they want to help you out, they can get in contact with you?
sure. Yeah, absolutely. You can reach me at 973-238-9537. You can also email us at 33ty1998@gmail.com. You can reach us on our Facebook page. Our website is 33forever.net. Um, if you can't reach me, you're not trying. We're always there and ready to go. So yeah, feel free.
Well, I know it's a terrible reason in which this foundation was founded. I do empathize with your loss, but I do think it's very admirable that you guys have gone and turned it into something positive the best that you can and memorializing your son. And I do hope you guys get all the support you possibly can get. And I do hope your voice spreads across the world, not just nationally. I hope everybody can support you and anyone in need gets the support that they need as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And there again, I will have all of the contact information in the post. And if you have any questions, as I always say, contact Kim. Don't contact me unless you need a connection. I'll be happy to connect you. I don't know the answers. I'm not the expert. That would be Kim. I do appreciate again for you coming on and sharing with us. And I'll get this on everything I possibly can for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
You too. Take care.